Okay, so you should have had a chance to copy down the AIM number, and you guys all took a bunch of guesses in the chat box as far as which profession goes with which job description. So right now, I'm going to match up all the correct matches, and you guys need to make extra sure that in your notebooks, you are copying down the correct answers, okay? Which profession goes with which job description. So I'm going to pick my handy little marker tool over here, and I'm going to start matching these. The first one somebody guessed was economist, studies money and markets, and that's absolutely correct. That's always the easy one. We know economy usually has to do with money. That's kind of the dead giveaway there, and that's absolutely a good match. So that is correct. I think the next one somebody guessed was that political scientist studies law and governments. So that is absolutely correct also. So I just want to make sure that you guys are getting these matches correctly. I'm going to pull. Okay, so another good guess somebody had was, I said archaeologist. I think somebody guessed this. Excavates artifacts. Okay. Archaeology, excavate is a fancy word for dig. So archaeologists tend to dig for things and they excavate artifacts. So these are like, dinosaur people. These are the people that dig up dinosaur bones. These are the people that uncover like ruins of a lost city from thousands of years ago under the desert or something like that. So that is pretty much what they do. So the last three are a little bit confusing and a little bit tougher. So now we're going to get into the kind of the other ones here. We'll do anthropologist. Anthropologist studies customs and traditions. Okay, so that's the match for anthropologist. They study traditions and customs. The big hallmark for anthropologists is that they don't, just do research on the computer and then write a book. They go to the place that they're researching. So if I, as an anthropologist, am, interested in researching what, some isolated culture in the middle of the Amazon jungle, well, what is their lifestyle like? I'm not going to watch video clips and read books. I'm going to get on a plane. I'm going to go to Brazil. I'm going to get on a boat. I'm going to go up the Amazon, and I'm going to embed myself in their culture. I'm going to move in for 6 months. That is how anthropologists do their job. So it's important to understand that. So anthropologists study traditions and customs. Sociologists, these people, study the differences between cultures. So oftentimes what sociologists are doing is they are comparing, okay? They are comparing different cultures to each other to find out what those differences are. Now, when we say comparing cultures, the word cultures can be different. People can compare Americans to Canadians, or people can compare Republicans to Democrats, or sociologists can compare the elderly, population to the younger population. Sociologists can compare, the wealthy to the, impoverished. So when we say compares different cultures, what we're saying is different groups, okay? And we can categorize those groups as any way we want. We can categorize those groups as nationalities or religions or races or creeds or anything, you know what I mean? And just compare the differences between cultures. So that is what sociologists do. And then that leaves us with one left, and that is historian. And historians study texts and artifacts. So historians will both read and study things that have been excavated by archaeologists in order to form a complete picture of history.